You grew up in the Salvation Army.
Yes, I grew up in the Salvation Army. It really is a strange and unusual world.
What kind of stuff goes on in there?
Well, one of the things that's interesting about the Salvation Army is it became the Salvation Army because William Booth, the founder, around 1865, realized that poor people were suffering, and particularly, I believe, in East London. I mean, the poverty was almost existential in terms of being life-threatening. And so it was a really interesting thing is William Booth and Karl Marx were in London at the exact same time responding to the exact same extreme poverty.
Wow.
And they went off and did their two different things.
Right. Well, did they meet? Did they know each other?
I don't know the answer to that question. They're often historically paired because they were really there right at the same time. And Marx, what he did is he dealt with it sort of philosophically and invented communism. Basically, it became sort of a philosophical, political entity. And William Booth thought that, God will solve this problem. It is the goodness of God that will turn this around. And what he realized is that the underclass in England was totally enamored with the trappings and the dignity and the honor that was bestowed upon the military class. And so he decided to make an army for God, and he invented the Salvation Army.
This is William Booth.
This is William Booth. He's the founder. Everything in the Salvation Army is in military terms. Like, for instance, my father was a major. We didn't live in places. We were stationed. We didn't live in houses. We lived in quarters. The churches are not called churches. They're called corps. I mean, it gets to the point of absurdity. In churches, they hand out these little offertory envelopes and people sort of put money in and give it to the church.